week 3 pantry challenge. And remember, my rules was $25 a week for dairy, and then if we saw things for sale on good price, we would pick up. I wouldn't use it during the challenge, but I would definitely be putting it in my stockpile. The first 2 weeks, nothing has been on sale. I haven't bought anything other than those apples. We did buy some apples a week ago. And I know I'm getting low on butter, and that makes me nervous because butter's so high right now. So we saw butter was on sale, and I'm like, okay, we're definitely going to get some of that and put it in the freezer. And then there were some other things for Aiden for school next week and a couple other things. And again, we're not going to eat them. These are going in our stockpile, but they were too good a deal. They haven't been on sale, so I did pick up a few things. So we went to 2 places. We went to our Shoppers Drug Mart, because that's who had the butter. And we went to our grocery outlet. Again, if you've been here before, I explained the grocery outlet here is kind of like what your Amish salvage stores are in the States. So let me show you. So altogether, I spent around $50. I think it was like 51 and change. So not too bad considering I haven't spent a lot of money the last 3 weeks. So, okay, this is what we got at Shoppers Drug Mart. So, well, I got some makeup for myself. The bacon was on sale. I mean, not great. And this is not necessarily, it's not bad. I shouldn't say that. We've had this one before. It's not too bad. This was on for $4.99 a package. It's not great, but it's certainly better than $8.99. So we got 2 packs of that to put in the freezer. I think I told you when I made chili last week, I used the last of my kidney beans. And I didn't think it was that big a deal because I thought, well, I've got dry beans. I will just can up my own. Well, all the bags of beans I bought are black beans. They were not kidney. So these were on sale 3 for $5 or $2 a piece, which you might as well get the 3 for $5. So I bought 6 cans of them, and they're going into the stockpile. We bought some chocolate milk. We said we bought it for Aiden, but quite frankly, David likes this too. This was on 2 for $3. And David got himself a root beer and an orange crush. I bought tooth stuff because that was all on sale, and I've been waiting for it to go on sale forever. This is what my dentist has been recommending for me because if you're new here, I'm a cancer survivor, and chemo has done a very bad job, very bad damage to my teeth. She recommends this because it has a higher fluoride than others, but it's insanely expensive. Luckily, a bottle lasts me quite a while, but it was on sale, so I put that. That's going in my health and beauty stockpile. And here's our butter. It was on for $4.49 a block. Again, not the greatest, but it's better than it's been. And I went through a lot of butter during Christmas time. And I got 2 unsalted and 2 salted. And that's what we got at Shoppers. And the great thing, I guess I spent, what am I saying? I spent more than 60. I spent 90 at Shoppers Drug Mart. That 2 stuff, man, is expensive. Well, the special stuff for me was on sale for $13.99. Yeah, luckily, like I said, I haven't had to buy any in months because you don't need a lot. Despite what the commercials show you, you don't need that big glob of toothpaste on your toothbrush, people. You can get away literally with a pea size, and that's coming from my specialist that I go to for my teeth. And it's usually $17, so I've been waiting for it to go on sale so I could get another one and have it in my closet because I don't have any more in my closet. But if you spent $60, you got 20,000 points. So that's worth $20. So I now have, I think, $30 or $40 worth of free groceries in my account for them. So, yeah, we weren't planning on spending that much, but things are going in the stockpile. And like I said, it wasn't the food that cost so much. It was the dental stuff. So, okay. And then at Grocery Outlet. So, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking I only spent $50. I don't know why. I only spent $26, I think it was, at the Grocery Outlet. At the Grocery Outlet, they had this organic squash on for 75 cents a can. And, you can substitute this for pumpkin in any recipe that calls for pumpkin. I really feel like I should have got more, but maybe next week. They had lots of it. So I will probably get some more of that. This is for Aiden. He asked if we could get him a couple of these Dr. Pepper things he likes. God, I think they're gross. But it's his money. He does what he wants. He earns it himself. He does what he wants. We got Grace 2 of these oat milk. She actually prefers this, she told us, over almond milk. I wish she had told us that sooner because this is cheaper than almond. These were 99 cents a piece. Aiden has school next week, so I got him a couple packs of, this will actually do him 2 weeks, of this chocolate caramel pudding. These were on for 99 cents a piece, which is really good here. This was only 10 bucks. Digital thermometer. Those are usually pretty expensive, and I thought this would be good to have. We have the one that goes under the tongue, but I think this will be better. So for $10, yeah, I grabbed that. Hopefully it works. Grace asked for some of this kind of bread. It's one she prefers, so I got her 1 loaf. I'm trying this for myself as a treat. I didn't get any ginger ale, yay me. It's pink cranberry. It has no sugar in it. It's the natural sugar just from the cranberries, and I think it's apple juice that they put in it. Thought I'd try it. It looked good. I like pink cranberry juice, so this, you know, to take place of ginger ale. This was on for 50 cents a can, and it's just coconut milk, just having the pantry. These are for Grace. She loves these organic, lack of a better word, Oreos, vanilla Oreos. These were only like $1 a box, so got her 2 boxes. And I got these as a treat for me. These are sweetened with monk fruit, so they are keto friendly, which is crazy. Yeah, right there, monk fruit. That's so cool. Now you can have your Dr. Pepper. So that's what we got. And I just wanted to be transparent because I mentioned that, you know, we are trying not to shop for too much groceries this month and going into February. We are going to go into February. David was a little bit of I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make sure we don't buy too much, you know. And he's like, I know, because we're doing this pantry challenge. And he's giving me the side-eyed right now. But he's liking the savings. We're not putting out $300 a week right now in groceries. So there's our little haul, and I will show you later what, it's technically Saturday, so tomorrow starts week 3. And remember, we're just cleaning out the refrigerator tonight for the pantry challenge. We have some shepherd's pie left. We actually didn't do any pizza this week. Kind of a little tired of it, I think. So we're gonna have shepherd's pie left over, and I think we have a couple other leftovers from this week. So we're gonna clean that out, and that will be it. And tomorrow is a Irish pot roast. Day 15, the start of week 3 of the pantry challenge. Excuse the wet head. I just got out of the shower. And today we're changing things a teeny bit. It was actually going to be a new recipe, which is my goal. My new recipe a week was actually going to be today. And it was from my Irish pub cookbook for a pork tenderloin. Well, we have no pork tenderloin. Could have sworn we had at least one. We might. Maybe it's still buried in the freezer, though. My freezers are pretty organized, so I guess we just used it and I forgot. So we're kind of just switching it up a bit, and luckily I looked for it over a day ago because I knew I had to thaw it out. And we're going to do a blade roast right there, blade beef pot roast. My sous chef is starting part of the recipe for me while I talk with you. So he's just going to brown that on all sides just to get it some color and some flavoring. So yeah, so we're going to do, it's still going to be a new recipe because I am doing it I'm doing it a lot different than the way I normally would. I'm using some different ingredients, and I will share this recipe down the description, and it sounds good. So this is what you're going to need. Olive oil, obviously your blade roast or chuck roast, one or the other. It's calling for 2 onions. I'm only going to use 1 because someone doesn't like onions. Garlic, which I have lots of. Baby potatoes. Don't have baby potatoes, and I just picked out the smallest of my red potatoes out of my big bag that I bought last month, and I'll just cut them into smaller pieces. 4 large carrots. I managed to find 3 carrots that are good, that were in the refrigerator, so we're going to use 3 carrots. There goes the sizzle. Celery. Don't have celery. Balsamic vinegar. Don't have balsamic vinegar, but I am going to use my white wine vinegar that I've had in my pantry forever. So I'm going to start hauling that out. Dijon mustard we also don't have, but I'm going to use some dried mustard. We need some brown sugar, thyme, which I do have from my garden. I don't have bouillon either. I don't use it. The recipe does call for beef broth, so it calls for 1 cup beef broth. I think this is actually equal to 2 cups, and I'm probably going to use all of it in that. Just one second. Dogs. And where did I leave off? So bouillon, and I guess that's it. Some flour later to thicken it up. Oh, chopped parsley again. I don't have. So that's it. And it's already smelling good. So I'm going to get these potatoes and carrots peeled and chopped up, and everything's going to go into the crock pot. It is 8:47. I kind of wish I started this an hour sooner, but I've been busy with the sourdough and everything this morning. So they recommend a minimum of, I think it's 8 hours, which that's still plenty of time. Let's get to it. These are a few bell peppers I dehydrated last year, and there's not very many because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. I need my jar, so we are just going to dump them in there too. Well, it's finally supper time. And David's actually sitting over here. And here's our plates. No roast. I think my crock pot might be going. I don't know. But after almost 9 hours, we're eating much later than we usually do. After almost 9 hours, it is raw. And the vegetables are raw. And we're starving. So I did make sourdough biscuits today for the first time with my sourdough discard. So we were gonna have them with the supper. So I just fried us up some eggs. We had some cheese slices left over, and we're gonna try the biscuits. And we have Lynn muffins. Yeah. And we're gonna try the biscuits and see what we think. I can't fit you in there. There we go. So, not the supper we planned to have tonight. I'm just so mad. Oh, wow. What do you think of those biscuits? Mm. Those are amazing. Huh. There's the end of day 15. Huh. Better than day 15. And the corn on the cob is one that we actually picked at our local U-Pick down the road here. And I froze it a little bit different this year. I didn't parboil it or anything. I just shucked it, washed it up, dried it, and put it in my vacuum seal bags. And in the past, it's always been mushy, so I stopped doing it. But I really hate not having that corn in the winter, so we're going to try it tonight. Well, the flavor's amazing, but it's still a little mushy. It's not as crisp. Maybe it's just not gonna be. I don't know. I made sure not to cook it too long. I'm not ready to give up. I'll find other ways of heating it up that might make it less mushy. So we are ready to dig in. This is one of our favorite meals. Dave was just coming in from getting the chickens. We are gonna sit down and enjoy a much better supper than last night. Tuesday, but frankly, we're a little sick of Taco Tuesday. I shouldn't say we're sick of it because I literally could, but Grace had mentioned that we didn't have fish on our menu for February or January, and I'm like, you're right, we didn't. So she asked if we could do fish instead tonight, and I had no problem with that. It's easy switch, and it's actually less work than taco night. So everyone's happy. You happy, Grace? So we have haddock, and I'm counting this as a new recipe because I don't usually cook the fish like this. I usually put it in the oven with just a little olive oil, but tonight I seared it with a little bit of butter and olive oil, and we are really looking forward to eating this. So cheers to day 17. It's Wednesday, and normally Wednesdays we've been having breakfast for supper. But noticing something with my potatoes that I bought changed the menu plan a bit tonight. This is a confession. I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but before all the craziness of high prices, when my potatoes would get a little soft or some eyes on them, and if there was just a few left, I'd be like, oh, we'll just chuck them. And I would throw them out. And I hate wasting food. I mean, I hate wasting food. But I never thought twice about it because, one, I figured, oh, they're potatoes and they're so cheap. Well, then potatoes went to $6 a bag for a stinking 5-pound bag of potatoes. And I stopped doing that because I should do it no matter how much they cost because wasteful food is wrong. But at these prices, definitely not wasting food. So this was a bigger bag, actually. I think it was 15-pound that we bought before Christmas. But they were starting to look a little... And I thought, I'm not going to waste them because there was a lot left. So, I mean, that's how much was left. So it's corn chowder tonight for supper on day 18 of this pantry challenge. And it's a great day to do this because, one, it's a gloomy day again. Yay. I'm so sick of this gloomy weather. And we have a busy day. We have appointments, and we're going to get our order form to order our meat birds and 4 more egg layers. I talked David into 4 more. So now we'll have a dozen. Because I explained to him, you buy eggs in a dozen, you should have chickens by the dozen, right? He didn't believe it either. So we're going to get these potatoes cooked up. My corn chowder is very simple. It's the kind I grew up having. I don't know if I'm going to use all these potatoes. Maybe I'll just make a giant batch of corn chowder, and I might just end up freezing some. And then David can just take one for work next week. So, because I've got quite a few potatoes here. And I didn't waste them, so yay me. So yes, day 18 of the pantry challenge. Going to be a nice simple meal. Great for leftovers the next day. So I will boil these up. We'll strain them. And I'm going to add some home canned corn and some milk. And it'll be ready to go. And I won't have to worry about supper tonight. Because like I said, it's going to be a busy day. Easy suppers. I didn't plan it that way. It's just the way it's been working out, I guess. So to keep going with that theme, I'm going to make us an easy dessert. We don't always have dessert every night after supper, but the weather's nasty out and it just feels like one. So I have here a jar of canned blueberry pie filling. We just call it pie filling for easy labeling. This is a base for what I'm making tonight, which is blueberry cribbler. And if you're new here, cribbler is a term that my daughter Grace named that this recipe I made. It's not quite a crisp and it's not quite a cobbler. It's something in between, hence the name cribbler. So easy, gonna be super easy to make this tonight. So I'm gonna get that in the oven, and we're doing pulled pork sandwiches tonight. It's also easy because this is the pork I froze back in November when we had pulled pork sandwiches back in November, and it made a ton. And I knew I could freeze this and have it for another meal. And it's from pork that I canned, which was fabulous. I definitely have to do that because we're all out of canned pork now. And we're going to do some French fries in the air fryer. Easy peasy, good filling meal. It will fill bellies, as Jessica says. And this will not only be a nice dessert tonight, but also for some breakfast the next morning for anybody. So all I've done here is butter my baking dish. And I buttered it because I'm all out of the spray. And we're in the pantry challenge, so I can't go buy any. My topping, super easy. 1 cup oats, 1 cup flour, 1 cup brown sugar, and not quite a full stick of butter. And that's it. So we're gonna open this jar. It's very loose. I don't know if it will set up more as it cools even more. I did use, not flour, but tapioca starch to thicken it when I canned it because I could not find clear gel. I have since found clear gel, which I'll be using this canning season coming up, but I probably should have added a little bit more before I put it into there, but it doesn't matter what it looks like or what it tastes like. And I've had this since Christmas Eve. We never used it. It is a cream cheese style fruit dip. It's good until the end of March, but we're going to go ahead and top it with that because sometimes I top it with just plain Greek yogurt, but I want to use this up and not have it go to waste, hence the pantry challenge. Sometimes we do ice cream, sometimes we do whipped cream, but today we're going to try this. So now, fun part, try it. That is really good. You never know, I canned those last summer. It tastes like we just picked them and I made it tonight. Friday night, and you know what that means. Definitely this week. We didn't do it last Friday because we were all, I don't know, I guess sick of it. But it is pizza night in this house. Boy, it smells good. So Grace has her fake pizza, as we call it. Let me just show it, Grace. Her Daya, the lighting's not that great, but she has her Daya pizza. I shouldn't say it's fake, but it's dairy-free, vegetarian, gluten-free. It's a lot of free. David just said taste-free. So anyway, so she got herself that. And then I made this. So my recipe makes 2. I've got the other dough in the refrigerator. Might do something later in the week with it. If not, we'll freeze it. But this is going to wrap up week 3 because tomorrow is Saturday, and that is just us cleaning out the refrigerator from all week. We've got corn chowder. We've got pulled pork. We'll have pizza. And I feel like there's something else that we're forgetting from the other night. What do we have this week? No, I guess that's it. But that's plenty enough for us for tomorrow. So you don't need to see everything we already had this week. So this is wrapping up week 3, and I have a lot more empty jars that we've used this week. A few more things out of the freezer, but honestly, the freezers are still doing really well. So we do have plans to go into February with the pantry challenge with a few little rules we're going to change for a couple of things. But we're definitely, I'm noticing the shelves are getting less things in them in our stockpile, and the pantry actually needs to be restocked with some of the things from the stockpile. So I think we're doing pretty good with the pantry challenge. How do you think we're doing? And we have saved over $300 so far.
Sure.
At least that. It's hard for us to tell because we haven't had to buy meat from a grocery store in a long while because we buy a order from our 2 neighbor farmers around us. So normally we're spending maybe $150-ish to $175 a week. So yeah, we've saved more than 300 then. We must be getting closer to 400 that we've saved already. So that is pretty amazing what we have saved already just from doing the pantry challenge. Until then, folks, take care. God bless. We start all again on Sunday for week 4. We'll see you soon.